she talked to Sammy the Bull and say, never, I'm not going to say anything about that because I was on Sherelle's channel one night and got the most love I'd seen in a long time. And then within a few weeks, all of a sudden she was jumping on another bandwagon because we were having people of color on, so no disrespect, but I don't talk about that channel. It just gets on my nerves too. But yeah, it was like, oh, you don't know Sammy the Bull. I'm like, how can you be? Just Google it. It's simple. It's right there. I don't understand it. But
I'm gonna look at Sean's IMBD.
yeah, let me see. I'm trying to think. Let's see here.
Jenny Seville, Sean Atwood's True Crime Podcast.
Yeah, I'm sitting here right here.
Britain's Hardest Men.
Okay, hang on. And this is
Okay.
here it is. This is on Sean. Is it Stream on Max? Gerardo Gravano, which is his son, Karen Gravano. Debuts January 9th. Max original documentary, Sons of Ecstasy, Logline. And this is all at the epicenter of the 90s ecstasy drug.
I guess there's a recording that Sammy the Bull said he didn't know, Sean.
It could have been, but and again, I've never heard it. But I mean, here's the log line from the show. At the epicenter of the 90s ecstasy drug trade in Arizona, why does it keep shrinking? Sits an unusual rivalry. English stockbroker Sean Atwood faces off against Gerard Gravano, the sons of notorious New York mobster hitman Salvatore Sammy the Bull. For the first time, the Gravanos tell their side of the story against Sean. Through the riveting first-hand accounts, this thing keeps shrinking down. From both sides or inside both factions, the film unravels the unexpected showdown between the British business guru and the mafia apparent hitman. How much more? I mean, that's HBO stream on HBO Max, and that's off of Google. And he sent that to Sammy, and literally said, "Sammy, people were saying I don't know you," and Sammy laughed back, said, "Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it?" That's on Sean's Instagram. I'm in his Instagram message with Sammy, so it's like, it's there, people. Stream on Max. Look it up. January the 9th. It's coming at you next week.
Oh, it's coming out. Okay, it's not out yet. January the 9th.
No, January the 9th. Yeah. On
Somebody
HBO.
give me the HBO Max so I can log in. Because Shane, listen, on the 9th, if I don't see him and Sammy the Bull in a pit, we're gonna do a whole live stream about how you lied if I don't see them in a documentary or movie together.
My phone number. I'll be right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm actually gonna set up that live stream, and then we're like, all right, now we watching, we premiering this.
If you go on Sean Atwood's channel, the very first post, you click Sean Atwood, you click live. The very first thing where it says upcoming, it's a picture of Sammy, Sean, and his son, and it says Atwood, Gravano, Sammy's son, Ecstasy Beef Podcast. Okay, that's coming up on. I can't read the date. Damn it!
They're saying it's with Sammy's son.
Well, it's both of them. But if you look at his YouTube channel, it's the very first live stream on there. It's he and his son. He interviewed both of them. Because I've already seen the pre-edit to the show, so I've already seen it, or most of it. But it's literally on his channel. The very first stream that's on there under upcoming.
Yeah, is it possible there's multiple Sammy the Bull?
Grandma,
that was a good one, Grandma. I like that.
Sweet tea. I want some of it.
Oh, you want some of her sweet? Listen, that's a married woman. You don't want her sweet.
I didn't mean that sweet tea. I'm talking about in the bottle. Oh, man, I respect a married woman.
Oh, man. Okay, so another thing. So I guess what's going on in the chat, as I've been kind of looking over, basically they're saying that Jag is allowed to say.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Jag is allowed to say things about people and they can't respond back. Now, is it that you're blocking the people that she's speaking on, or just random people in the chat? I just want to clarify that.
If she's talking about Jay-Z, do we think Jay-Z's in that chat? I mean, who are they talking about? People that are on the show or in the chat?
Well, she has mentioned content creators. That's why I'm saying, are you blocking content creators that she's mentioning, or just people in the chat? And I'm not saying that the subscribers, you guys are nobodies, but they're not going to know who you are. Like, if Jag says, I can't stand Elizabeth Johnson, they don't know who Elizabeth Johnson is, right? But if it's somebody like, oh, I can't stand AT2, then I expect some kind of decorum that I could come in and be like, hey, she lying. Like, this is
No, we
me.
don't block
You know.
anybody. Again, we don't know if you're a creator or not unless you've got a check mark next to your name. So if you come in there as John Doe and you say, well, I'm so and so, I'm not going to block that. Why would I block it? It's content. You're having a
Mm,
conversation. Now, again, if you're rude and you come in and act like an ass, then yeah, we're going to kick you out. That's what anybody would do.
okay.
But people that keep saying, well, I got blocked, blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe that's because you said something stupid that you shouldn't have, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate that. Jasmine said, no, it's him. Sean interviewed him in
Oh, wait,
2003. It's on here.
yeah, we're using Jaguar Wright. Okay, we're using somebody who wanted to come on multiple times to tell her story. How in the hell are we using somebody? It's a guest on a show to provide content
Mhm.
for you. So how are we using somebody that wanted to come on the show voluntarily?
Well, because they say Jag has mental issues, and so they feel like you're exploiting a mental illness. But Jag will
No,
say, I don't have a mental illness. So,
AT2, I'm going to tell you, 3/4 of the people probably in all of our chats have mental illnesses to some degree. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. We all suffer from it. It's how, we deal with it. We also suffer from mental illness because you can be depressed, those kind of things.
And the thing is, people say that, like Miss Angie said, all you have to do is tell the truth about Jag. People, you've only got so much space in a chat. You can't tell the truth about somebody. Most of them are one sentence comments. So if somebody wants to come on and contest what Jag's saying, I'll give you a link. Jag ain't scared. I can tell you that. I'll tell you that about her real quick.
Yeah.
She welcomes anybody up.
Oh, I just got an idea for your because you're gonna have a show on Atwood's channel, right?
Me personally, yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe not your first show because you want to do like an introduction, right?
No,
But
I want a
maybe like
banger,
the
brother. I want a
second
banger. You
show.
give me a good idea, and I'll pull you on there with me.
Okay, I think for the second show, you should have a call in where people can actually come and, say, like, hey, well, I know this or that or that or this. So they can have that will to be able to. That way, even though it's on Sean Atwood's platform, it's
Right,
technically not Sean. It'll be you, where it's a call in show. And, like,
right.
don't give them, because some of y'all like to call in and be talking for like 30 minutes. No. Give them a minute to go ahead and ramble off and then move on to the next person.
That's a good idea.
And not
I,
with Jag there. Like, let it be, and then Jag can then answer if she wants to, like another show or whatnot.
right. Now, hey, how would you do the call-ins? I just have them call in on the phone and play it on speaker.
I know they have like the Blog Talk Radio, or I was gonna say, it could be StreamYard.
Okay.
Like you can do like for example, you can do like the solo layout. That way, you don't have to worry about somebody, and it can just be you and just do the solo layout where they can't see, who it is.
See, I knew very little about StreamYards. The most I've figured out how to do is flip people's pictures around. That's the most I've done with it so far. So, um,
Oh, or you can put like a picture on the screen like that, and
okay.
then just have it because you're gonna be an avatar anyway, right? So just have it like
No,
that. Or
when
were
I
you gonna
do it,
show your face?
yeah, I'm gonna get my beard trimmed up.
Oh
The way you
yeah, you
see
was
me,
gonna get the Santa Claus beard trim. Okay.
yeah, the way you see me in that picture is how I'm gonna come on. I'll just have a little bit less hair and be a lot whiter.
Okay.
Man, see, Orlando. What did Orlando just say? I wanted to bring up. Shane knows
Uh
Jaguar going to disrespect Blackfeet people. I've never heard Jaguar disrespect any people of her own race. Now, again,
oh
I
no.
may
See,
be.
now I gotta call you out on that.
No,
No.
wait. I
Trust
said
me.
I've never heard. I'm not
Now
saying.
say don't get on here and lie. Come on now.
No. I'm not saying I. I'm saying I've never
Oh, you say
personally
you
heard.
have not. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying she hasn't, but I'm not. I'm saying me personally, I've never heard her do it. Um, so I can't say. I'm saying me personally. You know.
Yo, everybody is cracking up in the chat. They like, what?
Now, again, tell you what, you guys probably know her well better than I do. I've only known Jack a very short period of time, and you guys have been watching her. So again, I'm not
Right.
saying you're wrong.
Uh-huh.
I've never personally heard it. And again, when she's on, I'm doing 8 different things at one time. I'm not always paying attention to every word that's coming out of her mouth. I've got 20 moderators that
Right.
handle that.
Because she
You
says
know.
a lot. So yeah, I totally get it.
Now I'm with you guys. And again, Natesman, I hear you. I'm with you. I understand. And again, I'm not saying you guys are wrong at all. I just, me personally, have never done it. You know what I mean?
Okay, we'll give you that. You ain't never heard it, but oh, trust me, we've heard it.
No, 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 and that's right. I'm sure you have. Again, you guys have been watching her a lot longer. I've only known Jag a very short period of time. I'm not defending anything that she says or anything she's done. I just personally
Mhm.
have never heard her talk about anybody of her own color in a degrading way, or what I consider degrading. I've heard her call people idiots, assholes, and of the such, but never anything that's color related. It's human related.
Okay, we'll give you that, but
Yes, please give me a
yeah,
little bit
we've
because
heard her say a lot, yeah. But again, it's something that we're looking that we actually hear and we look for. Like you said, you're doing other things. You're not actually on there listening to everything.
yeah,
So
and sometimes I just go
I
watch
get what you're
TV.
saying because
Sometimes I get
again,
off the stream and watch TV. I got to have a life too. I like
yeah,
that.
because
Will
I get
for
in trouble
ignorance.
because I don't watch everything about Jaguar, but I'm all like, yo, I can't be consumed with everything about this lady.
Yeah, I mean, my job is to get guests and to produce a show. It's not my job to dig. That's Sean's job. As far as digging for questions and things like that
Yeah.
about her life or whatever. It's hey, get this person. I get them. I say hi, welcome to the show. I'm gone.
Hmm.
I got to go on to the next person. I don't have time to sit there.
Right.
And I always watch the
It-
streams, but I'm in, I'm out. I'm on your stream. I'm on this stream, watching for the next person we want to have on. So
right.
the,
And
the
that's why I said
Scam
like I think
Atwood
it'll
channel.
be good to have a conversation with Sean because Sean is the person that everybody,
Oh, let me tell you,
yeah.
Truth Paste and the Scam Atwood channel. Yeah, I've banned your ass before, so I'm gonna call you out, Truth Paste, because everything you said on their
Oh,
channel was a
truth.
lie. I got your number, Toothpaste, whatever you want to call yourself.
I
Yeah, I've
seen
never.
toothpaste the other day in my chat. They were nice to me.
No, 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 no. I just remembered at one point in time. I remember that name. They're all buttholes all tight because they got banned. That's why, and I'm the one that banned them.
Oh, okay, okay. You was
Yeah,
like, oh, it's
I'll straight go to
personal with
war
that
on
one.
that one. I
Okay.
banned that person. So you won't come talk to me. Bring it up here. So, but look, guys,
Yeah.
again, love you guys. You've got an amazing community. They fight for
Thank
you.
you.
I really, again, it amazes me again to see a bunch of people that don't really know each other to come together to block to cover for you. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah, they
that's
look out
that's
for me.
that's a compliment to you as a person, you as a creator. Do you keep doing it the same way? And when I get the show together, you'll be one of my first guests on there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You have a good night, Shane.
And you can bring all these hateful mofos there to beat me up too. And I'm kidding.
Y'all
Love you guys.
heard that? He wants y'all to come in this chat and eat them up. Hey, that's what they here to do. And no, I honestly like my audience because when they disagree with me, they tell me that they disagree, and I'm completely fine with it. I like that they are allowed to have an opinion. There's only certain things I don't play with, and I'll be like, all right, your ass gotta go. But they're allowed to have their opinion. That's what I love. Yes, Stephanie and DJ Genesis, you can come back too. I definitely want Stephanie because she's a Caucasian and she can kind of translate things. And then I want DJ Genesis to come back up because I know DJ Genesis wanted to say anything. Um, do I want anybody? And the rest of you who be panel hopping, I still don't like your ass. F you. Go to hell. I don't want you on my goddamn channel. The rest of y'all can. The one. Listen, the people who know that I don't fuck with them, they know who I'm talking about. They ain't got no question. What's up, Genesis? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you? You know I like to yell and rant.
Man, listen, I was waiting for you to get back home so I can really like talk my ish. You know what I'm saying? Because really, I was trying to be professional, but on the real, the way this woman have been getting on her channel and talking mess about my child's father, talking about like the other person that's whatever, and lying about that stuff. Like she.
Right.
How could you imagine a person? All right, that like is going behind the scenes talking to another person and then recording them on the phone
Mm-hmm.
and interrupting them the whole time, like no, and then tries to morph the conversation into what they want. That is so narcissistic at best, right?
Right, and
Like
that's what she does.
she's sitting up there like the whole time she's talking to like this person. She's up there morphing like no, 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 no. I need you to do. And at the end, the whole objective was to get her to do a show with her and try to embarrass herself on that show. Oh, do you have a DNA test? Do you have this? Whatever, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then it's like, oh, well, Genesis is a black hole. But okay, black holes are very powerful. I'm sorry. So I'll be a black hole itch.
Wait, is she saying that she know how to suck good? Like, what does that mean, a
No,
black hole?
she called me a black hole. She said I'm a black hole. Okay.
What does a black hole mean?
I don't effing know. I guess you get lost in the song. I don't exactly know, but she's been telling Shaka that I'm a black hole, Legina I'm a black hole. She told Shaka before that he left my house that he needs to get away from me because I'm like this evil person. And bottom line is that I was doing nothing but trying to help them, helping Solar, helping Velvet, all those people that like left Carbonation. But she turned it into like negativity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because she came into the situation, saw that people were harmonious, people were like living good, and then she just hated it. Something with her in her hated the harmony and had to disrupt that because I was the one that was creating the harmony. And she came
but
into
you
my
wasn't
house.
a black hole. Those people were the black holes. Whatever that means.
Listen, yeah, I'm the black hole. I'm a black hole and blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is that like she did everything to like mess up everything I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? All I was trying to do was trying to help people out to get past the whole torture and whatever was going on with Nature Boy, move on and try to help them to go to another level. I was never trying to do anything that she was saying. And so even with Legina, she actually called me and said, listen, she told me that Legina was being followed by like mafia people. I called a friend of mine. I'm thinking that she is really being followed. I'm trusting what she says. Okay. Called my friend who had a pistol ready to shoot, right? Legina ran into the car. I'm thinking that there's really something going on, right? It was like it was during a blizzard, okay, in February. So I said, okay, Legina, go outside, run to the car. I'm thinking there's something really wrong. So imagine like the mindset of a person that would really like lie to someone and make them feel like this only to like get them down here. And the whole objective is to embarrass them and to get like
and use them for content. That's what she did.
That's crazy, right? So imagine she brought me into it, she brought everybody else into it. And
right. Everybody was used as a pawn in a storyline. Let me let Stephanie up here. Yes. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing? You can hear us?
Hey, cuz, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead and sound off. I wanted to get you in here. I didn't want you waiting too long. I know your internet and stuff, you be in like natural disasters and shit. So
all the time. Do I have an echo? Because I can kind of hear. I might have like some feedback. Is it okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I want to start by addressing Mr. Shane, my fellow saltine.
Yes. Let me make you bigger on the screen. Here you go.
Listen, I don't want to impute any bad intentions on you or any, because I don't know you, right? I don't know you. I suffer from spinal stenosis as well. I know it's a bitch. So, shout out to you for enduring all that. But, it's, there are things that we grow up with. We have an orientation towards the world as white people, as saltines, that we are. It's from everything from the minute we're born. We learn from our parents. We learn from society. We are centered in this society. We are oriented to consider ourselves centered and to take for granted that we're centered in this society. That's what privilege is, right? People, it's a joke about white privilege being woke and all this stuff. People have made it into this thing that
Right.
is
When black people were
funny.
the people to say woke, it was just being conscious and aware, and then white
Right,
people took it and then made it some. I don't. I know what they did, but they fucked it up. Keep going. I'm
right.
sorry.
And privilege is being centered in the society and taking for granted that you are the end all be all of this society, right? And we just have to be conscious of that. We have to be aware of it, and we have to fight it. We have to challenge it in our minds. We have to root it out. We have to fight it. We have to listen, and we have to listen. We have to listen to
Hmm.
people, to Black people, and other
Amen.
ethnicities as well. But we have to listen to Black people when they tell us you are being supremacist right now, and we don't
Hallelujah.
argue. We don't argue. We don't say, "Oh no, I'm not." My best friend's Black. No, 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 no. We listen and we look and we go, "Okay, I'm being supremacist now." You don't have to ask them why or how. They don't have to tell you unless they want to. But you go and say, like, you sit down and you have a little talk with Jesus, and you ask yourself, I'm being supremacist right now. How am I orienting myself in this world to make myself on top like I've always been taught that I am? And how do I sit myself down and stop assuming that the world caters to me, right?
Right.
And I think people in this chat were telling you that you were assuming a lot. You were assuming that the world treats us all equal. It doesn't, okay? It doesn't. And you need to sit and think about how you are um, assuming a lot. When you said you don't see color, yes we do. Yes we do. Everybody
Right.
does, but white
Right.
people do especially. Okay,
Hmm.
and so we don't need to be assuming that we're not racist because we're brought up in a society in which we are. We will never shake that. It's a lifelong fight to shake that, to get that out. We're never successful. There will always be vestiges of it in the back of our minds. There will always be cobwebs there, always.
Right.
And when people tell you to sit and think about your privilege, and it's not a joke. Privilege is not something that, check your privilege. It's not a fucking joke, okay?
Hmm.
Um, and you sit there and you think about and examine it and listen to people what they tell you that you are not taking into consideration your supremacy or the historical implications of what you're saying and doing.
Right.
That's
Right.
one.
All you have to do is listen. Like,
All you have to
not
do is listen.
everything is to be so combative. Like, it's really to say,
Exactly.
like, hey, um, check it. Like, really, like, we're pointing something out. And like I was saying, you can take it in and be all like, okay, how do I change this? How do I, let me listen to your perspective. Let me listen to what you have to say. And again, Stephanie, something that you pointed out, it's not black people's job to tell you at all. It's not. Now, if we want to, that's that is a privilege. But if we
Absolutely.
don't, it is what it is. It's your job to look at yourself.
Hmm. And and I say this as somebody who is in the black tea sector, who came from the Umar Johnson sector.
Right.
You
And
know,
how the hell did Stephanie get in the Umar Johnson sector? We ain't
oh
got
my
time for
gosh,
that story, but
that is a
that's what I
long
always say.
story. It actually came out of being in the black tea sector. It actually did. It did, because I was listening to Funky Dineva talk about his degrees, and I was like, oh,
uh,
and I'd heard him on the Breakfast Club, and I was like, wait a second, this guy, and then it was down, it was on from there.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but
and here's the thing too, Shane. I don't know if you're still here, but Stephanie is always called all kind of white cracker, all this and all this. Like, she gets it too. Like, they don't think like every black person like Stephanie. They eat
oh,
her alive too, and she takes it.
not at all. No, I'm whew, my
Yo, they
one
go in on Stephanie.
my favorite lady over there, my best friend over there in the Umar Johnson sector loves me. Woo, my gosh.
Yeah.
She's literally calling me a member of the three-letter organization now. Like that's a fact. Like she's saying that. Like it's a fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, and
It's not.
Stephanie Gay
It's
too.
not.
They don't like her for that too. Not to put all your business out there, but
Oh no. Yeah, they don't like that either.
yeah, Stephanie got all the whammies.
But
Except being a person of color. She ain't got
it's
that
not.
one, but
It's not. It's not something. Except for the thing where they're factually saying I'm a member of the organization that shall not be named. That one
right.
does bother me. But other than that, it's like, hey, it's a. I would. I'm not going to complain about that because I think it's natural to be suspect. I do. I think that's just part of the game. I think that's not part of the game, but I think that's part
Right.
of the.
Somebody in here said you a CIA agent or something like that. So yeah, like they're always
um,
leery of you. And you
I mean,
and you know you should be. Like when you see white people and black people's faces, you're like, what the hell you
yeah,
doing here? It's natural, right?
absolutely,
But we know
absolutely,
you, so we get it. We understand it.
absolutely, and I think that's just. It's not. It's it to the extreme that some people have taken it in the Umar Johnson sector is kind of.
Mhm.
It's a little. It hurt. It kind of could be funny, like when they call me a cracker and all that stuff, but like at the same time, like I'm not going to complain about it except for the one thing where it's like the member of the three-letter organization
Yeah,
that
the three letter.
that's a little
Yeah.
too far for me. But otherwise, it's like why wouldn't I expect like it's I am coming. I'm a guest in the space. I'm a guest
Mhm.
in the space, and I think that that is absolutely correct. That questions should be asked. I understand that,
Is
and I
Dr.
don't
Umar
fault for that.
Cuban? This is the second comment I've seen about that. Is he Cuban?
Um,
Or is he at ADOS? He don't really use those terms.
he doesn't. He uses
Yeah,
Pan
he like
Africanist.
Africa, African.
Yeah,
Oh, and he says
yeah,
because you know how like there's black people who be like, oh, we the real Indians. Like he be like, you pretendians. Like yo,
uh,
Umar be going off. But that's a different
yeah.
conversation for a different day. But is he
He,
Cuban?
he's he says he's African. I mean, that's his whole thing, right? Is Pan
Okay, yeah, and
Africanism,
technically, if you're from Cuba, you can be from Africa. So yeah, that
right? I mean, that was
the technical. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I've been to Cuba, and I think it's like a third of the population is what would they would call Black Cubans.
Yeah,
They
they have
were
a high population. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they were part of the you know
Celia
the,
Cruz.
yeah, the triangular industrial um, genocide. The industrial
Mhm.
uh, you know, what would you call it? Atrocity. Cuba was a stop on there, so there's descendants of people kidnapped in
Right.
Cuba, right? So, and then I was going to talk about the other thing I wanted to come up about was this whole thing with Sean Atwood and Sammy the Bull. Um, there's two things I don't like, right? Because we talked about this. I've said it
Right. The
behind the scenes.
mob.
I've said it on your show. Dirty cops and the Italian mafia. I can't
Hmm.
stand them. I don't like them. Um, and Sean Atwood apparently, he was in prison for this, drug dealing. I don't know what I should say it on your platform, but this trade. He was in the illicit substance trade, right?
Yes.
And apparently, Gravano's son was in the illicit substance trade in the same vicinity at the same time. Okay. And went to
Oh.
prison at the same time that Atwood went to prison, right?
Hmm.
And so it seems like there was some crossover between, like maybe some rivalry between the son, Gravano Jr., which I don't even think he's a junior,
Oh.
but the younger Gravano and
Yeah. Not
Atwood.
Sammy, but the son,
Right, right.
the
So
Bull
I think his name is
Junior.
like Gabriel or something. Yeah, Gravano the
Yeah.
Younger, right? We'll call him Gravano the Younger. And I
Yeah.
don't think, like, I think maybe if there was some allegations that Gravano the Senior was involved in helping his son, with perhaps threatening Mr. Atwood or causing him, to feel like he was should get out of the territory his son was, doing his business in. I think that might be overblown. I can't find any actual um, evidence of this except Mr. Atwood's statements. And
Mhm.
those seem to be perhaps exaggerated a little bit. I've been around people in prison my whole life. I've known a lot of people who've done a lot of time. I've known a lot of people who've done a little time. I know people who've been on death row, people who've done 2 months, right?
Mhm.
It's not unusual for people to say who've been in prison to say that that they've known people who are bigger fish than them. Let's just say that.
Right. Shout out to all the Afro Latinos out there. But at not Atwood Shane. He said, Steph, not all correct. So you might want to watch the special.
I will. I will. I will. I will take some Pepto Bismol and sit down and watch some stuff about the Italian mafia. I don't like them, but I will do it just to be able to report back.
Right. Right. Like I said, I'm gonna be checking it out on the 9th because I want to know, like, is this true? So to dispel it all, like, let's see it,
Right.
because I'm all like, I don't, like I said, I haven't really looked into Sean Atwood, so I don't really know. So my thing is like, okay, let's see if it's true or not. We'll watch the documentary. Does Stephanie do criminal law?
I do. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So let's see. How can I say this? There's already a lot of heat on Sammy the Gravado Elder by the
Hmm.
time all this happened. And so I don't know. I mean, can I say like did he shake all his bad habits and stop, deleting people by the time his son was, in the illicit substance trade? I don't know. Probably not. But I couldn't imagine like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I'll watch the special. Okay. But I have one
Yeah.
question. I have one question. I'll leave it on this.
Okay.
Why do the extremely, extremely violent, extremely greedy, extremely destructive, extremely criminalized white people get to be called mafia, and everybody else is thugs and gangsters? Why? Why? Why?
Mm.
Why?
Now that's a good question. I would like to know that too.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
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 The Russians get called the mafia. The Jewish get called the mafia. The Germans get called the mafia. The French get called the mafia. Why is everybody else that's not white not the mafia? I don't
Right.
know.
I think beautiful answered the color.
Yeah, exactly.
Organization.
I actually
A
I
level
like
of deep level organization that they're able to
I
Oh,
I
that's a
like
good one, Genesis. You're right about that.
I like to call it the loosely organized entrepreneurial network that tends to encompass a lot of different kinds of things. And so, and I don't like to call it criminal organizations. I like to call it criminalized organizations because nothing is actually criminal in nature except a very few things. Most of the
Right.
things that are criminal are actually criminalized by a state. So that's mafia is organized crime. Yeah, but a
Yeah.
lot of street crime,
Oh,
allegedly, street crime is
BMF now.
organized.
Big Meech is black, so yeah. So because black crime can be organized, um,
Exactly.
Asian, yeah, it doesn't matter. It can still be organized. So why is it still?
Even the Japanese, even the Yakuza get called the mafia, the Japanese mafia.
Mm. Yeah, Genesis. What's your thoughts on that? Because technically, when it comes to all not all crime is organized, but large operations, yeah, like BMF and stuff like that. Like, yeah, the,
I honestly believe it really comes down to like the age of like the group that like actually came in with this name. Like, okay, so mafias existed way longer than gangs, right? So
mhm.
you had like mafias like the Chinese Yakuza, you had mafias like the Russian mafia, you had mafias like the Italian mafia that existed before black American gangs. So once we began to like come together during the Black Power movement and connected with the Black Power and the Panthers, and then we start to motivate stuff within our community, then it became gangs, not a mafia. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it was turned into that because they was all black. Just like they recognized the Black Panthers as a hate group, but they never killed anybody or tried to. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to take it too
So
far
then
off,
now
but
all the way up into like Chicago, even though these so-called gangs are organized, they're considered gangs, and other people that are like organized a certain way are considered mafias, like the Chinese mafia. So it's
Mhm.
almost a way of like separating like people based on like their organizations, you know?
Right, right. That was a good question, Stephanie. I like that you asked that.
I will say a certain organization in LA used to do like between 1988 and 1992, I think they pulled off like over 300 bank robberies a year. And I don't think people would give that certain organization credit for being so organized and so.
The Black Panthers were the ones that did all those bank robberies. Yes.
Um, I think they don't get the credit for it, but you're probably right. But they don't get the credit for it. It's actually it would be considered a street gang that did that, but that gets the credit for it anyway. Um, but yeah, I don't think people would give them the credit that you have to be organized and very strategic to pull off that many bank robberies in such a small amount of time. And that's like one a day for like 4 years. So I think it's not the brains behind the organization. I think it's the perception of the people. That's what I would think. Anyway,
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Steph, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Love you, cuz. Good to
Love
see you,
you
Genesis.
too. All right, Genesis. Go ahead and finish us off. I know you was in your bag. So
Yeah,
uh,
I kind of like lost where I was, but really like the whole thing about like how a person can like come into a person's house and
right,
start to record people, have conversations with them, start to like plot against them for no apparent reason. That to me, and then the whole thing is really based on like some like, okay, she is the evil person, right? She was
right,
trying to turn everybody in my house against me. And then once Legina decided to leave, then it became, oh, well, now I need to like turn all these ones against her. And that's crazy to me because when I told her how my child's father died, the first thing that she did was get online. And even though I told her how he died, she still, just to like spite me, said that I was the one that was there and I was the one that killed my child's father, right? Now, after she did that, right? Uh she expects me to stay on her bond. What are you talking about? Why would you say that? And you
right.
know that the first day I met you, I told you what happened. And then you came out trying to discredit him, discredit me, tell Shaka that the CPS was coming, make up fake emails, all type of crazy stuff, and then
Right.
got on this whole live saying,
And,
"Well, you know, I
and
didn't
shout
do
out to
it."
Chicago, by the way. Roxy, shout out to you as well. She said that, and I'm just paraphrasing, but the gangs, what the organized crime is long gone. Now they're all gangs in Chicago. And
But they
somebody
started
wanted to
off
ask you about
as
the
like
candles,
really like for the
Genesis.
community. They really was started off to like combat like police brutality in the community because they were
Mhm.
also in Detroit. They were in Los Angeles, and then when the riots started, then that kind of got rid of. And they were like robbing banks. I actually did an interview on my channel with one of the people. His name was Baba Shaka. And he ended up
Mhm.
on Real Life Street Stars because I was always sending emails. Sending interviews. Every time I would do an interview on my channel, I would send them over to Real Life Street Stars. Baba Shaka actually was
Oh.
a person that like actually got trained by a Black Panther to learn how to rob banks, and that's why he ended up with a 33-year sentence. So, but he got out
Mm.
early. Yeah.
They want
So
to ask you about the candles. Did she burn the candles in your house or something like that?
no, she did not. Well, Legina did burn a candle when
Oh,
my
okay. So you still got spirits in there. Okay, got it.
well, no, I did whatever I could to like fucking get
Oh.
that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I know Legina quote unquote knew how to do like witchcraft or magic or something like that. But I had like a spiritual person look at it, and they said, "Oh, she don't know what she's doing." So I don't think you
Here's
have
the thing.
anything.
I don't know how to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the person
Mhm.
burning candles, getting people doing stuff.
Wait,
And
but didn't you have somebody do a spell on a YouTuber before?
well, so my godfather, you know what I'm saying? When I told him what was going on,
Yo, Genesis put a spell on a YouTuber. I'm not gonna say the YouTuber, but she put a spell on a YouTuber, y'all.
I didn't do it. I just said, look, I just want him to leave me alone. And he did what he had to do. So yeah. So
She put a spell on
I didn't put a spell on him. I just said let him leave me
She put a
alone.
spell on you. Yo, this nigga is crazy. She put a spell. Yo, but tell me why I was so proud though. I was like, yes, yes, because I don't like this person, and it's not who you think it is either. But I was like, yo, I listen. I might make jokes about Genesis, but as soon as the show over, I'll be in her DM. I'm like, hey, how you doing? So she don't put no spell on me. I'll be extra nice to Genesis in the DM. On my show, I'll be like, oh my God, Genesis, I can't stand you. But in the DM, I'll make sure to, be all nice to her so she don't put a spell on me.
Well, this
Shit.
person was being really mean. He was being over the top.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on now, on everything, like really every little thing, like for this amount of time. And so I was
Hmm.
like, can this person leave me alone? And so my
And your daughter
godfather,
was also brought into it too. So I.
yeah, it got really crazy. I'm like, dude, what are we
Mhm.
doing here? So I was like, okay, I need something to like make him leave me alone. And I didn't realize when I said that what it would kind of like entail. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes making someone leave you alone might just be that they might get sick or whatever, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of what happened. But I didn't realize that, so I had to learn. Like, okay, I gotta be careful about what I ask for. So that's one thing about spell work. You gotta be careful what you ask for because I
Yeah.
never want to hurt nobody. I'm not like that type of person. I don't want to hurt
Yeah.
nobody.
And y'all, the
However,
person didn't die. They still on YouTube. Don't worry. They
they
still
didn't die.
alive, y'all.
They got a little bit
Uh,
sick at that moment. They got a little bit sick, very sick
Yeah,
at
but
that
y'all better be
moment.
nice to Genesis. If y'all wake up with your feet chopped off or you turn into a frog, just know Genesis did it. But Darcy, can we clear this up? Did you remove your name from Jackie's bond? Yes, she did.
I did. That's the reason why she got arrested. That's the thing that she wants to hate me for the rest of her life. She's my
Hmm.
enemy. She's my arch nemesis, and I'm like, bitch, I don't care. Like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? She was over. She was calling people, calling Regina. Uh, you need to get away from her. She's a black hole. Calling Shaka. You need to get. She's just evil. Blah blah. Blah. That event. So she's actually doing work too. By the way, she's a witch. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake. Jaguar Wright is a witch.
Oh, Jackie, yeah. She said she put blood, her son ashes in the fentanyl weed and made her ex-husband smoke it.
She's a
So
whole witch.
yeah.
And see
And
my yeah. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, Angie, do you know who we talking about? Keep going, Genesis.
Jaguar is a whole witch out here. The whole reason why Legina left is because that Jaguar was trying to get her to go downstairs and put her energy on some candles that she was burning in some hotel room downstairs that she had specifically for burning candles. The whole reason why she even went crazy because she like fucked around with this bitch named, well, not this bitch, this witch named or actually a priestess, actually, let me like give her respect, named the governess, right? So she
Oh, the governess, yes.
yes, I mean, please don't be mad at me because I just like made a mistake. Okay, governess,
Oh no,
okay,
no, no,
make
no.
this
It's fine. No, I don't have any problems with the
no, I
governess.
kind of like said something like I just said some shit the bitch name. Please don't get mad at me because
Oh,
I'm
oh,
not
oh, oh, yeah.
putting
Don't
no
don't
child tongue
offend
on
my
me.
spiritual
Goddamn.
friends out there. Shout out to Ronnie, by the way.
So what
But
happened
Ronnie's
is
not a witch.
no,
You
I'm talking
know.
about like the governess. I kind of like said the wrong thing. So what
Oh,
she
you call?
did,
Oh, yeah. She
yeah,
definitely gonna turn your
please
ass
don't
into
be
a
mad at
frog.
me because
But
she
keep
she
going.
at one point she thought that I was trying to be in cahoots with real life street stars, and it became a whole mess. I'm like, no, please don't. Okay,
Mm.
so what happened is that like Jaguar I guess was like getting like counseling from her, and whatever happened that the governors found out that Jaguar, for some reason, I don't know why, then did a spell on her trying to kill her. So that's why the whole thing happened where she was spiraling out of control because the governors did like a spell, did something with the cow tongue to separate her from Goomba and all this other stuff. Because see, what happens with Jaguar is that she'll be cool with you and she'll find a reason to be upset with you. And then she'll make this whole thing up and then it'll be a whole thing. And then she'll start doing witchcraft on you. You know what I'm saying? So she started doing witchcraft against the governments. Guess what? Governance is way powerful more than Jaguar. So that's why she's sitting up here. She was tripping out, this, that, the other, getting, trying to like do all this other crazy stuff. And the whole thing was I was trying to remove it. And when I talked to the governor, she said, you can't remove it. What I did, can't remove it. And you can actually see on her channel, when I talked to her a long time ago, can't remove it. And I was trying to help her. And whatever it was that she did, you can see on when I did every interview, it was like, no, it can't be removed. So I don't know if even this is like, okay, it might appear she might have went to someone to get something removed and it might appear that she's coming up, but trust me, you going down, Jack, you going down.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to take a shower and try to wash all these spirits off of me. Now that you don't mention all that, yeah, it's time to end the show. You know I don't do these long shows, but I wanted to say shout out to Angie because Angie do know who we talking about. I didn't put her comment up on the screen because I know that it will get back to that YouTuber, but Angie did guess the person right though. That's why I was laughing because I was like, oh,
and on the whole, I am not like a person that I'm not like a baneful person that tries to do anything to hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Genesis, you put a spell on this man. Yes, you are. you put.
Okay. You know what? I gotta admit that one person.
Yeah, I think once we go a little spiritual and we doing a little razzle dazzle and a alakazam, yeah, I think we done. Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't me though. It was my godfather did it. It wasn't me. I didn't do it personally.
Listen, if you had put a spell on me, I would be pissed.
I wouldn't do that. I really
right. I don't think you would ever do that to me. But if you did,
it was because I was feeling like a person was attacking me, and it's justified. If it's justified, you can't do anything that's not justified. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to this type of work, you can't do it unjustified. If a person's attacking you, you're justified to do it because they're attacking you in a certain way. But just to like attack someone else for no reason, no. Now, if Jaguar is trying to attack me, it would be justified for me to like go back against her. So that's what it would be.
Not beeping.
Bippity boppity boo. Abracadabra. Goddamn.
Oh my God. Well, Genesis, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. Now, don't put any spell on me or anybody in my chat.
Never. I don't have
Okay, you have a good one, Genesis. Thank you for coming up. Oh, man. All right, y'all. I done gave y'all a long show. We had a lot going on. Shout out to Shane for coming up. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to our favorite cousin Stephanie for coming up. We had a good conversation. I really like this show. I love productive shows like this where we get good conversation. So we'll see what comes from it. Where did we leave off the poll? Oh. Y'all said y'all wanted a clue on who it was. What I will say, I'll give you guys a clue real quick. If there's a will, there's a way. Now y'all go ahead and guess who I'm talking about. If there's a will, there's a way. Now y'all can guess who. When you say remove, what do you mean? I think remove like the curse that was put on Jag and her marriage. I think that's what it was. Okay, y'all got it. Okay. No, I knew it. Damn. Yo, he about to go on his coffee and talk shit. He's like, the manatee said, oh God. like I said, there's only one person I actually hate. Other than that, I don't even care. Yeah. No, Shane. She was at the time she was married when this all. See, there's a lot that y'all don't even know. Trust me. Yeah, maybe I should do the show. Yeah, I should definitely do it. Well, oh shit. Okay, 48% said yes, and then 52% said no. Wow. Okay. Either way, whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. All right. So anyway, you guys, I love y'all. Shout out to all my guests. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. There was only one person that pissed me off today, RL, who told me not to sing, but I didn't even block you for real. I was just like, whatever. I'll let you have it. Whatever. But anyway, I love you guys. Be safe out there. Love one another. It's good to be back home. My dad dropped me off at the airport, and I got a little emotional just because I hadn't seen my dad in a long time, and these moments in my latter years I more appreciate, and I'm blessed to be able to say like, hey, my parents are still alive, they're still around. And I think sometimes as human beings we take that for granted. So love on your parents, you guys. Shout out to all the Afro Latinos out there. Shout out to Cammy. Shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to Miss ATLian Stan because she liked to hate on me, but I still love her either way. Shout out to Melanie Jones. Thank you for holding it down for the mods. Stephanie, I know you're still looking for your mod stick. You worked. Hey, that $50 helped. I ain't gonna- you know, you know. Did this dude say latter years like he ain't? Now, don't be telling my age. Now, you ain't gotta say all that. Don't be telling my age. Shout out to all the spiritual people. Shout out to the Christians out there. Christians can still be spiritual. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, I love y'all, but we out of here. Good to be back. Wait, why am I trifling, son? Am I trifling or somebody else is trifling? I don't know. You battling? Oh, y'all cussing out Shane. Okay, that's good. I thought it was me. Y'all cussing him out. All right, I love y'all. We out of here, y'all. Deuces.